Hi everyone, my name is Benny and this is my first ever YouTube video. Over the last 3 weeks, I've been working on a moss sculpture as a commission for Art on the Ave. From sketch to reality, it's been such an amazing process, and I'm excited to share all of the clips compiled into one long video for you all, so thanks for being here and enjoy. Hi everyone, today we're going to be turning my sketch into reality. So here's the design for the moss sculpture. I'm going to be creating the base out of some sort of metal mesh and spray foam and then covering that in moss. I have no idea what I'm doing, so let's go shopping. A quick Google search led me to this expanding floral foam. This product made me so excited because it's exactly what I needed, so I grabbed 2 cans, making sure to grab a filtered mask for extra safety. Next up was the mesh, so I found this one online and I found the aisle, so I decided to go to the hardware store to find this mesh for myself. After trying to find aisle 23 for a minute, I finally found it and was super excited because right away I saw all the mesh fences. Most were for chicken coops, but then I found this sheeted version. I liked how moldable it was and how sturdy it was and how much you got for the price, so I decided to grab a sheet. Back home after my haul, it was back to the drawing board to figure out how I was going to even make this base. So here's the official design for the mesh cage with the cement block at the base for extra weight. Let's gear up and build this. The basics, some overalls, gloves, shears, and some cute shoes, duh. At this point, I realized I'm going to need to cut down this mesh into sheets to make my design work. So I went ahead and cut out 2 3-foot long sheets of the metal, leaving a little for the top. Here's the cement block. This led me to my next challenge of figuring out how I was going to connect this mesh to the cement block as well as to each other without any major pushback. Time to go look confused at my local hardware store. I ended up getting 2 packs of twist ties, which ended up being perfect for what I needed. The process was super involved, as you can see, but in the end it really held the form of the shape I wanted and it was perfect. Fast forward to the completion of the lid. Movie magic. Lastly, I filled it with some plastic tarp to give it that extra form. Finally, the base was done. We continue our adventure by adding spray foam and eventually covering the whole thing in moss. Let's get started. Finally, we're ready for moss. I'm so excited. Let's jump right in. Mossified at last, but we're not done yet. After 2 weeks of building the base and covering it in moss, it's time for flowers. Lots of flowers. If you've been following my page for a while, you probably know that I love color. Color is so important in my life, and it was important in this project as well. I knew from my original sketches that I wanted most of the sculpture to be green and lush, so that when I finally added the flowers, they would pop. Once I added the main stems and vines, it was time to go back and fill in all of the bare spots with moss. and little floral details like you see here. When I previously added the moss, there was little gaps where the sheets met, so I had to fill all of those in with moss to give it a more natural look overall. This was such peaceful work, just me and the rabbits and my sculpture. Amazing. What's also amazing is all the support I've received on this project. So many kind words and people donating flowers. I just couldn't be more grateful. Lastly, I'll be adding some details such as butterflies, mushrooms, and moss. These little details really brought the project to life, and I'm really happy with the outcome. As I glued the fungi into place, it felt like I was creating a little fairy world, and it was just so fun and so magical. I got these cute little mushrooms at a secondhand craft store, so shout out to them for bringing this project together. Here you can see me putting some glue onto the butterflies, which were the last details in this massive project. Adding the butterflies brought me so much joy because it finally felt like the sculpture was part of nature, insects and all. I added the last few details and then it was time for the final reveal. After weeks of sharing this journey with you all, here it is. I am officially titling this piece, The Mighty Mound. I genuinely couldn't be more happy and overjoyed with the results. Thank you all for being here.